beautiful yogis to our Kundalini Yoga Sadhana practice today. And today we're going to be doing the Kriya for the instinctual self. And as humans, we share certain instincts with animals, but we have the ability to direct, shape, and give meaning to the expression of these instincts. And the strongest instincts find their expression through the lower triangle of chakras, the first, second, and third chakra. And this set will balance the lower triangle, and self-destructive or neurotic tendencies tend to show up in the lower triangle, first, second, and third chakra, and appear as an imbalance here. So this set helps to correct imbalances in the lower triangle by physically stimulating the nervous and glandular systems to alter the instinctual and learned patterns in the lower chakras. And once achieved, a new energy balance is attained, and through meditation and self-assessment, it's possible to effect holistic change when change is desired. So throughout the practice today, we'll just be focusing within and focus on anything that's coming up during the practice. And it's a little bit of a more intense practice today, but do your best and listen to your body. And if anything is uncomfortable, just you could imagine that you're doing it, or find a modification that's not so challenging. So we'll begin the Kriya for the instinctual self. So just sitting with a tall spine and creating some heat in the palms, and we'll tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to the divine wisdom within, setting the tone for our practice today for our inward journey. So bringing the hands into prayer pose at the heart center, and taking in a deep cleansing breath here and holding the breath. And releasing the breath. And inhaling to begin the Adi mantra. Om Namo Gurudev. Deeply, holding the breath here. And releasing the breath, relaxing the hands down. And we're going to start off with just a minute of breath of fire before we begin the Kriya today for the instinctual self. And we're just going to come into heart center opener with breath of fire. So stretching up to the sky, pulling the shoulders back, focusing at the brow point between the eyebrows, and heart center opener here. And we'll begin breath of fire. So panting like a dog through the nose. The navel is the bellows. So it's not sniffing, but letting the navel move the breath. It's a beautiful breath for purifying the lungs, oxygenating the blood, and building prana, life force energy in the body. So we'll begin here, 1 minute. Inhaling the palms together in prayer pose up over the head, stretching up to the sky, holding the breath. And here we're going to squeeze Mula Bandha, root lock of the root chakra. So squeezing pelvic floor, rectum, sex organs, and navel, consolidating the energy within, squeezing from the root to the crown, holding the breath. And exhale, just relaxing the hands down. And we use Mula Bandha frequently in Kundalini Yoga to seal the effects of that posture. So here we're going to come into the first posture for this Kriya, for the instinctual self, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So pulling the heels in as close as you can comfortably into the groin. So we want to be comfortable. If it's out a little bit, that's okay. So we're going to hold on here to the toes and come into spinal flexes here, butterfly flexes. So we're inhaling, stretching forward, exhaling back. So we're just moving with the breath here for a minute, opening the hips and thighs. The head stays level here. It's loosening the lower spine, stimulating the flow of Kundalini energy. To your next exhalation, inhaling back to center, deep breath in here, holding the breath. We're going to use Mula Bandha here again, so squeezing pelvic floor, rectum, sex organs, and navel, squeezing from the base of the spine to the top of the head, holding the breath. And releasing the breath. And we're going to come into our next posture here. So we're coming here, we're going to come into a short flow. So we're going to press up, palms under the shoulders, coming up into Cobra on the inhale. Then we're going to tuck the toes, come up into plank. So we're going to flow back and forth between Cobra on the inhale and plank on the exhale. If you need to come down on your knees, that's fine too. So we'll be here for a minute. So just moving with the breath and strengthening the low back here, stimulating the Kundalini energy. So inhaling into Cobra, exhaling up into plank. Timer's not, there it goes. Inhaling into Cobra, exhaling into plank. So just moving with the breath here, 1 minute. Seconds here. And inhaling, dropping the hips down, lifting the chest, holding the breath here, squeezing Mula Bandha, root lock, squeezing from the root to the crown, consolidate. Exhale, slowly back down to the mat, and we'll press up here just for a brief child's pose. Get a reverse stretch for the low back, forehead to the mat. Coming back up, and we're going to come into a crow pose variation here. So the full posture, if you need to put your heels up on a blanket or a pillow or something, that might be helpful for this posture. But the full posture is coming down into a squatting position, and we're just going to interlace the fingers here and just come into breath of fire here for a minute. And this exercise circulates the energy of the lower 3 chakras and open up the energy to the hips. So we're just going to be here for a minute with a powerful breath of fire. So interlacing the fingers, tall spine, and begin breath of fire. Powerfully pumping the navel, building prana, life force energy in the body. Prana is the regenerative energy for healing, oxygenating the blood. The breath, squeeze root lock. And exhale. And here we're going to come onto the back for this next posture. So for low back support, just placing the hands under the bottom. And so this is for abdominal toning, good for the Manipura chakra, 3rd chakra here. Balances the energy of the lower triangle. So we're going to inhale the legs up so they're perpendicular, exhale back down. So just moving with the breath here. If you need to do it with bent knees, that's fine. Inhaling the knees to the chest, exhaling the feet back to the mat. The full posture, inhaling the legs up, exhaling down. Powerful breath. Last 20 seconds here. And relaxing the legs down, just resting here briefly. And we're going to roll over onto the tummy and interlacing the fingers at the base of the spine, raising the arms up as far as you can, and we're going to lift the chest off the mat. Try to lift all the way up and begin breath of fire here for a minute. Last 20 seconds, powerful breath of fire. Inhale. Raise the arms up a little bit higher, squeeze root lock. Back down to the mat. In here, we're going to roll over onto the tummy and rest here for a minute. So just see how deeply you can relax here in a minute. From here, wrapping the arms around the knees, and we're going to rock up and down on the back here for a minute. Back massage. Back to feet on the mat with bent knees, and we're going to get ready to come into shoulder stand. If shoulder stand is not in your practice today, you could do legs up the wall, either holding this posture here or put your legs up against the wall. Or if you have blocks, you could come up onto the blocks. Legs are perpendicular to the mat. Or if you're comfortable in shoulder stand and want to experience this posture, I'm going to roll up onto the shoulders very slowly and gently, then supporting the low back with the hands and bringing the legs so they're perpendicular to the mat. So from here, we're going to begin a minute of breath of fire, so panting like a dog through the nose in shoulder stand. This is good for the thyroid gland. Hormonal balance, blood flow to the brain, relaxing the organs. Moves the energy up. Inhaling deeply, holding the breath, releasing the breath, and we're going to come here into plow pose if you're comfortable here. So the torso, the back will become perpendicular to the mat now, and the toes will come up overhead. So try to roll up on the shoulders, and we're just going to begin a minute of breath of fire here. Deeper stretch, just walking your toes up a little bit higher, up over your head. Hold the breath. Squeeze root lock. Exhale very, very slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Back onto the mat. Rocking side to side here, little back massage. And then gently rolling up for the final part of this Kriya. So we're going to come into Sat Kriya. So this Sat Kriya calls for celibate pose, which is sitting between the heels on the mat here. So that is not comfortable for a lot of people. So you could also do this sitting on the heels or in easy pose. So we'll begin 3 minutes of Sat Kriya. So pulling the navel in on Sat, releasing the navel on Nam. Truth is my vibration, truth is my identity. This takes the energy from the lower chakras, all the work that we did here to balance and stimulate these chakras, moving it up, distributing it throughout the chakra system. So we'll begin here, 3 minutes of Sat Kriya. Stretching up to the sky, index fingers up, crossing one thumb over the other, focusing at the brow point between the eyebrows, and we'll begin. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhaling deeply, holding the breath. We're going to squeeze the muscles from the base of the spine, from the bottom all the way up. Top of the head, squeezing Mulabandha root lock, squeezing pelvic floor. Consolidate, holding the breath. And exhale, sweeping. Fingertips down. And we're just going to come onto the back for 3 minutes here. Just see how deeply you can relax in the next 3 minutes. Total relaxation on the back, just allowing the body to integrate all the work that we did in this Kriya for the instinctual self. Into the body, releasing the breath and just beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles, rubbing the palms together and the soles of the feet together, stimulating all those nerve endings in the hands and the feet. Just bringing the arms out into a T and doing a little double leg cat stretch here. Knees to one direction, face the other direction. And opposite way. And then we'll roll up. And we'll close our sadhana practice today with one long sat nam, so creating some heat in the palms and bringing the hands into prayer pose at the heart center, inhaling deeply. Sat nam. Love to you all, joy to you all, peace to you all. Thank you for practicing with me. Sat Nam. Namaste.